Hi guys, it's Golden P. Smith coming to you live really quickly in a parking garage because I'm late. I'm like an hour late. Sorry in getting this video together. I had some other stuff come up, so I just wanted to come by real quick and share a couple of thoughts with you for Sunday Sip, which was postponed yesterday. So real quick, over the weekend we learned the identity of Brett Kavanaugh's accuser. I hesitate every time victim comes to mind because I have a lot of connotations that come with that word, and I try not to relate to other women as victims. But his accuser came forward, and the reason why she agreed to releasing her identity was because she wanted to tell her story her own way and in her own time. I want to remind everybody how important that is. If someone comes out as anonymous with an accusation, first of all, they don't accuse or come forward publicly. It's not a decision that women make lightly. I know in my own experience, there were a lot of things that I had to factor in when I decided to come forward and speak out about the things that I witnessed as a part of my previous employment. With Brett Kavanaugh's accuser, she was not in the workplace. This was something that took place in high school. It's concerning because not only do we have an administration right now, without being too political, not only do we have a administration right now that does not take news seriously or value serious news. There's a stigma of, or a habit, or a ugly tradition of not believing women when they come forward to speak. First of all, it takes a lot of courage to come forward and speak. It takes a lot of thought, care, and consideration when someone decides to speak up and step forward in sharing their experience. It's not done lightly. With my own experience, I had to evaluate and just assess what could possibly change in my life as far as becoming a whistleblower and deciding to speak out because it was the right thing to do. Not everybody chooses to do the right thing. Those who do should be acknowledged and appreciated. And they should not be ostracized. They should not be persecuted, ridiculed, any of the above for speaking out and sharing their experiences. So I want to make this video today to just remind people, as you're watching the news and the different news stories and everything that come out and whatever happens with this particular case, that women don't make these decisions lightly. They know, they've considered the pros and the cons. Sometimes things happen unexpectedly, and sometimes you worry for your own personal safety. In my case, I did. I fear for my safety. Not only for me, but of the people I hold close dearly. Because I did not want to bring attention to them, unwanted attention. I wanted the focus to remain on me, and I wanted people to focus on my actions and my speaking up, and I wanted to protect the people I love. And one of the people I love and one of the people I hold dear to me was my best friend, who was assaulted, and she was the person I spoke out about and tried to protect. And she was the one who was assaulted, and she was the one I blew the whistle on and for. It's not something that's done lightly. To watch someone go through that process of being on the receiving end of the aggression that was perpetrated by the aggressor is something hard to go through. It's even harder to witness. It's hard to go through as well, but it's hard to watch women pick up the pieces of their life and decide how to move forward without anger, without bitterness, with as least amount of bitterness as possible. And I just wanted to come on real quick and just share that thought with you as I'm watching the news coverage for this courageous woman who is now a professor, who has went on to live a great life but held a secret. And she probably feels a lot better with talking about her experience, but she probably feels a little bit pensive. And I say pensive because she probably knew, and she was probably prepped on all of the attention, negative and positive, that she would receive. She's a hero to me. And Ronan Farrow, I can't say enough about him. He's a hero. And anybody who decides to step forward and share their experiences. But on the other hand, this is why a lot of people don't share their experiences, because of what you're watching happen to Mr. Kavanaugh's person he supposedly or allegedly abused. You're watching that play out in real time. It's something that all women go through when they decide to speak up or to defend themselves. This country has a real bad reputation and tradition of doing that. Stop doing that. Stop judging women. And the judgment that you use for the women, or the judgment that you want to put towards the woman speaking out and standing up for herself and coming forward and sharing her experiences and lifting her own burden, place that blame and that attention and that negativity on the person who caused her to feel that way, on the aggressor. It's a lot of misplaced negative energy that's perpetrated against, or that's projected upon the victims or the people who suffered an abuse. So keep that in mind as you go through this week. And lastly, before I close, I just want to announce that Disruptive is now available on iBooks. And we are slowly having a lot of sales pop up on Barnes & Noble, which is great. So I appreciate everyone for purchasing their copy. I also appreciate everyone that's shopping on Amazon and purchasing their copies all over the world. I sold a book to someone in Dutch that was translated in Dutch. And so it's been overwhelming, and I appreciate it. We've had customers from Germany, from the United States, from France, from the United Kingdom, which is great. Want to keep that energy going. And next week for Sunday Sip, or take that back, in a few days on Sunday Sip, I'll also be sharing more announcements. And if you are looking to speak to me or to book me for any opportunities, interviews, speaking engagements, what have you, you can also always reach out to me at hello@thegoldenstandard.com. That's HELLO at the golden GOLDYN standard STANDARD.com. Y'all thought I was gonna have Reverend Al Sharpton moment, spelling respect. Ha! But I got this. So thank you so much for tuning in. I apologize for the delayed Sunday Sip. I will be back at our regularly scheduled Sunday at 6 p.m. here on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, everyone.